Dana, as I've been told, you have an update on the card this weekend scheduled for Las Vegas.
Yeah, this weekend is the big light heavyweight fight here in Las Vegas with Jones and Gustafsson. The super fight between the women, Nunes and Cyborg, and we're moving it from Las Vegas to the Forum in LA. Tickets will go on sale Wednesday, and people who bought tickets here in Las Vegas can get a full refund, and we'll figure out how to get you seated in LA if you're interested in moving to LA to watch the fight. I'll turn it over to Jeff to explain what's going on.
We were informed earlier this week by the United States Anti-Doping Agency, who administers our anti-doping program, that a urine sample collected from Jon Jones on December 9th of this year tested positive for a very, very small amount of a long-term metabolite of the same prohibited substance for which he was sanctioned in July 2017. But I think most importantly, two factors. Number one, both USADA and worldwide anti-doping experts told us that this was not a re-ingestion of this prohibited substance, but was remaining effects from the July 2017 positive test for which he had already been sanctioned. And number two, probably more importantly, he retains no athletic performance-enhancing benefits from the small presence of this substance. We took this information to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and while I think they understood the issue, I think partly because the Christmas holiday here didn't feel they had the time to fully vet this issue, we then went to the state of California, and their executive director, Andy Foster, who was intimately familiar with the issue because he had jurisdiction over John's July 2017 positive test, understood the issue, relied on USADA and the experts who testified that this was residual effects and he had no performance-enhancing benefit from that, and decided to grant Jon a license for this fight on Saturday.
All right, so Dana, just to be clear for everyone watching this and hearing this news for the first time, you are moving UFC 232 from Las Vegas to Los Angeles because Jon Jones tested positive again for a banned substance?
He did not test positive. He did not test positive. Go ahead.
Yes, let's make this clear. This is not another violation. This is a residual effect from the July 2017 positive test. Not only USADA, who independently administers our program, but other experts throughout the world verified this was the case and that he retains no performance-enhancing benefits from this small amount. So let's make this very clear. This is not another positive test.
All right, Dana, again, I'm trying not to be confused here. If it's not a positive test, why would it have to be moved?
Because there's regulations in Nevada. First of all, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Nevada does not have the time to see us and go through a hearing to find out what California already knows. There's not enough time for Nevada to do this, so we're moving the event to California, where that commission has already dealt with Jon Jones. They were the ones that were dealing with this. They have all the history with him. They have all the facts. They know everything. Nevada doesn't. I believe that he can get licensed in Nevada, but there's not enough time to do it before Saturday.
All right, Dana, let me speak for UFC fans here, because clearly everyone knows the history of Jon Jones with trouble. It's just coming off a 15-month suspension. This will be his first fight since he knocked out Daniel Cormier, only to have that title vacated because he tested positive for a banned substance. From a UFC fan standpoint, it feels like Jon Jones keeps getting all these extra attempts to redeem himself, and now the entire card is being moved because he's involved in something else that may, as you said, it's not a positive test, but from a fan standpoint, it feels a little nefarious.
I completely agree with you. Listen, there's no doubt about it. Who's made more mistakes than Jon Jones? The answer is nobody. Jon Jones has got his life together. He did not test positive. He didn't do anything wrong here. Gustafsson has flown in from Sweden. He's been here for weeks training for this fight, spent money. Jon Jones has trained for this fight. Neither guy violated any rules or did anything wrong. These guys need to fight. This is for the title. They should fight. It's the right thing to do.
What about the other fighters on the card, Dana? How are they impacted by this? By no fault of their own, they're going to have to move their camp and their final preparations to Los Angeles, which is at best a 4-hour drive.
Right. Well, we'll take care of that. We're gonna make the transition as smooth as we possibly can to get everybody out to LA, get them set up in hotels, and make this thing right.
Jeff, one other question as far as the medical aspect of this is concerned. There should be no benefits to Jon Jones in this fight against Gustafsson based on what was found in his system. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, let me give you a little sense of that. He tested for this long-term metabolite in picogram quantities to get your head around what a picogram is like, if I put a grain of salt on this table and split it 50 million times into 50 million pieces, a picogram is one of those pieces. It's really hard to even wrap your mind around what small quantity of this long-term metabolite has shown up.
All right, so no added benefit to him coming to this fight on Saturday. So, Dana, you mentioned this at the very top when you gave the news that the UFC 232 will be moved from Vegas to Los Angeles. What about the fans who traveled to Las Vegas and already bought tickets for this?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is full refund for everybody who bought tickets. And like I said, we're going to do our best. Obviously, you have different venues with different setups, but we'll try. The people that want to go to LA, we'll give them a preferential ticket. You know, we could try to seat you in the same place you had a ticket before. We'll do the best we can for everybody. Clearly
short notice for everyone involved, not just the fans, but also UFC trying to keep this card together. But again, if you're just joining us, UFC 232 will be moved from Las Vegas, scheduled for this weekend, to Los Angeles. And Jon Jones, of course, will be going for the light heavyweight title again against Alexander Gustafsson. Dana White, president of UFC, and Jeff Nowitzki, vice president of athlete health and performance for the UFC. Thank you so much for joining us here on SportsCenter.
Thank you.
Thank you.